The strange disappearances of people in national parks. Now, before I dig into this, I know that you're thinking that people probably go missing in national parks for a multitude of reasons, and you're absolutely right. There's all kinds of natural dangers out there. Animals, just even the terrain can be incredibly dangerous. Now, I'm not talking about these kinds of cases that are easily explainable. I'm talking about cases that fall under the category of strange. No doubt. First, I have to bring up a man named David Paulides, a retired police detective from California. I should also mention that David Paulides is known for getting into cryptozoology. He's into like Bigfoot, that kind of thing, and he does have a few books out there about Bigfoot. But when it comes to researching these cases, he prefers not to speculate because he does interact with these families of these people who go missing, and he doesn't want to tarnish his reputation, and he doesn't want to do any injustice by speculating the reasons behind this without knowing for certain what the reasons are. I have a lot of respect for that with him. Because Paulides was a retired detective, he was approached by a national park ranger who was concerned about people who were disappearing in the national parks. After hearing a little bit of info on these cases, Paulides became very curious and started doing a little digging. When he started getting into all of it, he quickly realized that he was not going to get any assistance from the actual National Park Service, nor was he going to get any assistance from the FBI. When he asked the National Park Service for a list of missing people's cases, they actually told him that they don't keep a record of that. Now, I'm sure they get a lot of cases, so you never know. Maybe there's just too many of them, but you would think that there would be some sort of register or documentation of the people who go missing in national parks. When he tried to get any information on it from the FBI, he was completely rejected. I mean, it was not just no, it was like hell no. Do not keep digging into what you're digging into. So there was a little bit of mystery, and that actually piqued his curiosity even further. He sought out other resources, local newspapers, and actual eyewitness accounts or families who had lost relatives or friends in similar circumstances. When I say similar circumstances, I did mention before that these cases weren't normal. There are certain criteria that Paulides requires to incorporate them into his studies. He's been researching this for multiple years now, all across America and Canada. There are a lot of strange things about the research that he has done. For starters, in a lot of these cases, these people go missing within a matter of moments. As in, they turn a corner just a couple yards ahead of the people who they're with, and as soon as the people get to the corner, that person is gone. There have been cases of small children, cases of elderly, people with disabilities, people with a high level of experience in the wilderness, all kinds of cases, all kinds of people. What's odd about it is that, especially in the cases of the young children or the people with disabilities, there have been intense searches that have gone on for these people without a trace. The dogs cannot even pick up a scent. Many of these cases, right after the person disappears and the search starts, there's a huge rainstorm. that comes out of nowhere, washes out the area, ceasing any chance of a real search. There are also many cases where the person turns up again, or their body turns up again, several miles away from where they went missing. Some cases of small children being found on mountain peaks. Another really eerie detail about a lot of these cases is that the name devil is in the name of the location where the person goes missing. Like a little boy who goes missing at Devil's Nest. These are different like spots, you know, with nicknames in the forest. Super creepy. Sometimes these people are found in locations that have been searched thoroughly, or their bodies, their dead bodies are found in places that have been exhaustively searched. Their clothes are sometimes found next to them, neatly piled. Sometimes just their clothes are found, neatly piled. So many times they're found without their shoes, but their feet are totally clean, even in the case of children. In many cases, the children who go missing are actually wearing bright clothing, so they're very visible to their parents or to any rescuers who would be around. In some of the cases when these people or these children are found alive, they have absolutely no recollection of what happened. These cases have been happening for decades now, and I find it fascinating that it's never really talked about. I wouldn't even have heard of it if it wasn't for, I was on YouTube listening to a Coast to Coast AM radio show, and they had a guest on there. It was a lady who was describing these alien entities that she had supposedly interacted with and known existed. And I was very skeptical about all the different things that she was talking about because she sounded pretty out there to me. All the beings that she was describing interacting with were all either neutral or they were actually really kind to humans, or to her, I should say. So the host asked her if she knew of any being that were not friendly towards humans. And she brought up one that she said she didn't want to talk about, that lived in national forests. They were very scary to her. And she said people go missing all the time and the government won't talk about it, and the government knows about them. And they try to contain them by storing them in abandoned military bunkers across the country, but they can't. I figured, you know, being a skeptic, I was gonna look up missing people in national forests and not find anything. And I came across this, and I was actually pretty floored when I did, because of what she was blatantly saying, but what that was implying. How true what she was talking about is, I don't know. But I do know that these people and the strange factors surrounding these cases are absolutely true. Paulides has a team that he works with of other retired police officers and other former search and rescue officers from across the country. I'll post the link to the website so you can dig in a little more. There's not a lot of detailed accounts on the website of specific cases, but if you do a quick search in YouTube, look up his name, David Paulides. There's many times he's been interviewed on shows, podcasts, that kind of thing, where you can hear him talking about specific cases that he's dug into. That stuff, to hear him talk about it, is insane. You know, I was just listing some of the things that are parallel among a lot of these cases, but some of the things that don't parallel are very eerie. It's something you should definitely look into. It's something that more people should definitely be aware of. This happens every year. Every year people go missing in these parks and nobody's talking about it. Keep looking for information. The more you find, the more you should spread that knowledge. Let's be safe. guys have a great summer.